Hi, Mark. Merry Christmas. Hi, Danette. Merry Christmas. Hi, Raider Dude. Hi, Jean. Merry Christmas. Hi, Tom. Merry Christmas, everyone. I just took a shower. Well, not outside, but outside in the outdoor bathroom. And yeah, thank goodness the water was warm. It's been a day, but look at the shirt I got for 50 cents. I figure if it's not tropical, we'll just act like it's tropical. Huh? Hello from freezing North Georgia. Yeah, it's freezing South Georgia too. It's 28. Hi, Daniel. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Oh, no, I haven't gotten the van fixed. Oh, that's a whole nother ball of wax. Hi, Charles. Well, I hope you guys are having a good Christmas Eve. Are you guys with your... 10 here without wind chill. Well, that's good. No wind chill. That's a plus. Look on the bright side, huh? At least I'm in a beautiful place. So I don't know if you can see out the window there. Hello, Van City Adventure. Merry Christmas. Hi, Lori. It's balmy 6 there. Freezing up there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And so my daughter flew to Minnesota from Seattle. And did you see that they canceled 700 flights from SeaTac? So yeah, and I've been watching like TikToks and stuff, and it's so Merry Christmas. It's so slippery in some places. I saw a TikTok. They were videotaping a guy outside, and it was a truck, and he was trying to go up just a small incline, and he couldn't get up, and he backed down, and he hit all these cars, and then they all started sliding down. And then I don't know if you saw in Ohio, there was a 46 car pileup, and oh, it's just crazy. Yep, flights in Vancouver canceled. Yeah. Keith was going to try and go to Canada. He has a wedding to go to, and then he had some doctor's appointments, but he's said he's not even trying to go because it's just too dangerous. And to try and get a flight, I'm sure he wouldn't even get, I can't even imagine the airports right now. Low 12 degrees and high 31 in Texas. Yeah, and what's weird is by the end of next week, it's supposed to be 78 here. So I just got to hang on. Well, it's clothes optional. So, hi, Janice. So, where are you guys spending Christmas? I want to know. Heading to Idaho next week. Should be interesting. Yeah, it should. Hopefully, this will all. So, I went to start this morning, and that was like $230. So, thank goodness. Because I had roadside assistance, but they just didn't have anybody contracted there. So, low 18, high 50s, southern New Mexico. Yeah, it's in New Mexico. It was cold. That's where I got the van fixed. Moriarty, if you're familiar. Here at the farm with the animals. Oh, that's a good Christmas. Spending Christmas with my family in California, but I live in the East Coast. Well, I don't know. How's California? Is it cold there? Bad reception on video. Sorry, you guys. Keith got Starlink, and we usually don't get Wi-Fi here. And so, I don't know. Just is what it is. Right now, cannot get out of my garage from the blizzard. Wow. Merry Christmas, Tim. Just staying home and keeping warm. Yeah, in Florida. Yeah. California is cold, but isn't as cold as the East. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, this has been crazy. Talk about adventures. This has been a true adventure. And, Charlene has been so good. And there's nothing electrical wrong with her. Keith and I drove it. So this morning, woke up and I'm like, okay, spending Christmas alone with my Bruce Lee marathon movies. Good times. Hey, I'm spending it in the middle of nowhere. 9 degrees this morning. 32 years. If you do not like the weather there, just wait. It is sure to change. Yep, it's supposed to be 78 next week. So Charlene did the exact same thing as she did in New Mexico when I was in Moriarty and got it fixed there, and they fixed that like air fuel flow sensor. I have what I got fixed here, but it's so nice because I have guys here. So John went to spend Christmas with his girlfriend and her family, and then Keith is here, and he was supposed to leave the other day. Thank goodness he didn't, because he's been a big help. And then there's camp workers here. So it's only us three here. They're a husband and wife. And hi, Tammy. And so, yeah. So, and the camper guy, he fixes his own cars, and then he has to call into somebody. So what's happening is the same thing in Moriarty, where it'll start. It didn't start, but then I got to jump. Starts fine, idles fine, but the minute I put it in park or in reverse, it'll go like 6 inches and then just stop. So, and we bought some fuel injector stuff and put that in and looked at it. And so I don't know if it's that air sensor, if it was a bad one or what. And Keith thought maybe it's the fuel hose and there's a hole in it or something. So it's just kind of a guessing game, but I have people looking in to see what's going on. Hi, Rod from Southern Ontario. Well, you're kind of by Keith. Keith here is from Toronto. Hi, Tim. Yeah, I'm safe. I got beer. I'm well. I just took a shower. And that was interesting. My capacitor. I don't know what that is, but so I guess it's nothing electrical. The transmission fluid is fine. I guess it's nothing electrical. And listen, I've had it diagnosed 3 times. Once when I was in Rollins to get the fan motor thing fixed, they put the diagnostic stuff, and he said it's nothing electrical, and so they fixed that. Then I had it diagnosed in Moriarty, and they thought it was the fuel sensor thing. I have it. Oh, where's that other one? And then the oxygen 2 sensors had looked at. I was going to have the transmission looked at Tuesday morning, but I can't even move. And I'm running low on propane. But John had a heater, and so I'm using his heater. So that's really nice. So I'm warm. You don't have to worry about me. The capitator. I gotta kind of get out of my setup here. Hold on, I'm pen so I can write that down. Hold on. Oh, please. Okay, got it. Oh, shoot. Oh, and I bought I'm gonna write that down. Capitator. I bought what do you call it? A reader, a code reader. And when Keith put it on again, it read that it was the oxygen 2 sensors again. They just replaced both of them. So I don't know. Merry Christmas. Yeah. So, but you know what? at least I'm here. At least I'm not out in the middle of nowhere. And I have guys who can help me who are car people, and we'll get it figured out. But I'm set. And when we go into town, like Keith drives or John drives, oh, we went on an adventure yesterday. I can't wait for you to see the video on Monday. That was interesting, very informational. And we have another adventure planned, and we have all these adventures planned. So we'll be going on adventures, hopefully one every week. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Stephanie. Merry Christmas, Gina. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah. Oh, and people have asked about Joy. Joy's doing really good. It's really hard to be away from there because she's kind of stuck inside because of the snow, but everybody's stuck inside. So, but no, she's doing great. And my daughter's there. My daughter flew home for Christmas, so she's there. But they can't really get out and drive or do anything because the weather's so bad. So, but my sister is having Christmas Eve. She's not having the whole family, but she is having Joy. So my mom's with them tonight. So that's good. When they replaced it, did they clear the codes? Well, they tried to, I guess. I mean, and I'm no, mechanic or anything. And then, because I'd come in because the check engine light came on, and they said then it was reading that it was the transmission, like the torque converter or something. But the van runs fine, and it rode fine all the way from Alabama. So I called this guy in Florida, about 30 minutes away, and I talked to him, and he was like, well, they don't know sometimes, So I don't know. It sounds like as far as the transmission, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. So I don't know what's happening. Oh, yeah. Time passages. Yeah, it pretty much went viral. But then I think I told you YouTube quit monetizing it because they said for nudity. But nobody saw anything. So who knows with YouTube? Honestly, it's so crazy now. You're in South Georgia and it's so cold. I'm in South Georgia too. Yeah. For those of you that have you mechanic look for bad ground wires? Yeah, it's nothing mechanical. I've had it diagnosed 3 times, and everybody says it's not mechanical. And the guy here said it's not mechanical, and he even has a call in to his brother or brother-in-law or something. So people are working on it. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I'm here. I'm good. I'm safe. All is well. May have a bad wire grounding out. Well, that's what I asked. Like, it's bad, but I guess they can hook it up to the fuse box and stuff. So it'll get figured out. It will. Thanks, Thomas. Thomas Veteran. Yeah, like I said, it's at the thrift store. I thought I might as well be tropical while I'm here. At least dress like I'm tropical. So I want to tell you the story too about the camp workers here. So Donnie and Jen, really nice couple, probably in their 50s. And Donnie worked on a show, and I believe the story is he fell overboard, and they had to give him CPR. He was dead. I don't know if it was 6 minutes, but he, was whatever, like not responding. And then they brought him back to life. And so after that, then they had nowhere to go. And one of their sisters offered them to stay at their camper in Michigan. Well, the person that had them stay there didn't tell them that there was a problem with the stove. So Donnie was making bacon, and the whole thing went up in flames. So they lost everything. And so they're here. I wonder if I can show you. They're here because if you're camp workers, and listen, Billy, who owns it, is very, very hard to work for. That's why nobody sticks around. You can't even leave here till 9 a.m. She won't open the gate, and you have to be back by 7 p.m. because she closes the gate, or else you have to stay outside of it. Yeah, I know. This is the last year we're staying here, but since Keith and John are here, I'm fine. But and then they do DoorDash to make money. So they usually have to park outside the gate because they do it like later at night. And so they're just trying. So then what happened is just the other night, Donnie had high blood pressure, like high, like dangerously high. And he had to go in the ER, and they're going to get insurance, but not until the 1st. So of course it happens, like 2 days before the 1st is. And so now he's on medication and he has to monitor it and stuff. But they're so nice, and they're struggling. And Keith was actually looking. So these are the people that I'm hanging out with. And honestly, that's why I came back. Keith was going to buy them. And Keith just had his axle broke and had to pay $6,800 to fix it on the way here. But he's looking, I don't think you can see, electricity. But they didn't need it because they can plug in over there too, and they have heaters. I think they have a battery. But they're just so nice, and they're just, things are happening to me, but listen, I'm fine. It's nothing, but it's his health, and now they're going to have medical bills. And here's the thing: how do you even get ahead if you just keep falling behind? So I'm going to see what I can do, and I think we're going to try and help them out. Like I said, Keith was looking for a trailer for them, like I don't know, he's looking at something to buy them. And like I said, he's had troubles, and so we're all just helping each other at this point. So talk about, being in the right place at Christmas. As long as you're around really good people, and sometimes that's not your family, that you'll be okay, because we're all looking out for each other. And so, yeah, I have no worries about the van. They'll help me make sure that it'll get fixed. And, I'm settled here for a while. And if I need a ride, and that's the thing, his name is Donnie and his wife's name is Jen. He's like, Jen can drive you anywhere you need. If you need help, just let her know. Yeah, Southern people are very nice. There's so many nice people, though, I've run into cross country. Yeah, I know we see shitty people on TV, but yeah, and that's why I said, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Charlene will be fine. It's all fine. And I mean, we're all struggling, but there's something said to be struggling. They have nobody. They don't have any kids. And just a bad, but they landed in the right place because they're with really nice people. And I know John and Keith, and I will help them out, and we'll all be good for each other. Yeah, he was looking on Marketplace, and he actually was going to buy this one, was like $1,000, and it was on Marketplace, and it ended up being a scam right around Christmas. Go figure. Hello, I used to mechanic. I can introduce you if you need. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. All these people know stuff about cars, and so they can't even figure it out. So what happens is it starts, but once you put, what they say, once I start going, even if it's forward or backward, it just quits. So they think it might be like the sensor not sensing it, or maybe there's a hole in the fuel line or something like that. The vacuum? I don't know. Something like that. We'll figure it out. Hello, Black Sheep. Hello, Jello from Canada. Oh, Canada. Keith's from Canada. So we're representing here. We got the Canada flag flying over there. Who will work with you to get your bills paid or completely wiped out? Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping, but they didn't have insurance. And like I said, they'll have it on the 1st. So in just a couple days. And of course, it always happens at the worst time when they're just trying to not even get ahead, just get to level ground. So, yeah. I know, gotta watch the scams. That sucks. Yeah, I know. Hi, Rosemarie. Your dad was from Canada. I said to Keith, I said, is Canada like better? Because he sometimes complains about things in Canada. I mean, just small things, just like we all do. And I just asked him today, I said, is Canada like better than here? And he's like, yeah, they have funds. He said, like if people are in like, what do you call it? Oh, and I was going to say like, if they get shot or something like that, I guess there's this fund and then like they help people. I just saw, I'm from Minnesota, that there was just a shootout at the Mall of America gimmick at Nordstrom's. So I don't want to be a downer. So I want to be a Debbie Downer. I got what are these, palm trees? I got my palm tree shirt on. So yeah, so that's all that's going on. I'm fine. It's all fine. I'm here. Anybody? Where'd my phone go? Got any fun Christmas plans? Anybody on vacation for Christmas? Yeah, I mean, tell us some good news. I mean, it's kind of hard when I'm the only one talking and, I'm like reading your guys' stuff, but I'd love to hear anything. How are the temps there today? It's 28. Let's see what it is now. Because now I can use my phone, because usually I'm on my phone. It's 35. I don't think you can see that. It's 35. It was 28 before. Well, let's see. Sunday 44, Monday 49, Tuesday 54, Wednesday 62, Thursday 69, Friday 73, Saturday 77. So it's supposed to keep going up. So that's good. So it's nice in Arizona, huh? Well, they got snow. I know after I left Sedona, they got snow. So I'm in South Georgia. I'm right on the border of Georgia and Florida. So get here before the New Year's from New Jersey. Yeah, well, I'm sure with the weather, I'm sure a lot of Christmases are canceled just because of the weather alone. Blue sky in SoCal. Shorts weather. Way to rub it in. Merry Christmas, Pixie. And I'll tell Joy that all of you say Merry Christmas. And I'm trying to see, I guess there's an app because my daughter's home. So I was going to see if she could FaceTime Joy and I could videotape it so I could upload it so you guys could see Joy. So I'll see if I can get that figured out. So much technical stuff. I said I'm kind of like, technical things aren't really working out for me lately. Your hair looks great. Well, thanks. I just got out of the shower. Not much happening here, Spending it with family. The only thing on your Christmas wish list is a camper van. Well, you can see how sometimes it turns out. But I wouldn't take it back for anything. Hi, Miss T. Merry Christmas. We're in the same temp zone. Yeah, it'll be warmer next week. Next week. Right now, it's not close optional. The only option is closed. And the pool doesn't work. He's working on the pool, and so is Donnie. So hopefully they'll get that taken care of next week. And Keith was telling me there's naked bowling in January. So I may take you bowling. How does that sound? Hey, when in Rome, huh? At 57, who cares? Yeah, so in Chicago next weekend. Well, hopefully the weather will be better in Chicago and there won't be much snow. And hopefully my daughter and her girlfriend get out after this is over. Yeah, being plugged in. Yeah, it's so great that I do have electricity. Like I said, I have a big heater here. So I am warm and I am fine. Don't worry about me. Tammy, sorry, I don't think I want to see anybody bowl naked. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at this point where it's like any experience, I'll try once, never been naked bowling. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So we did an adventure yesterday, and that'll be up on Monday. And like I said, Keith staying in town because we were going to kind of hold off on adventures because Keith really wanted to be a part of it. He was going to go to Canada for some doctor's appointments, and his nephew is getting married. But now he's, I need a new webcam. This is on the computer. And, I think I'm going to buy, sorry, you guys, I think I'm going to buy one of those ones, that you can just hook up on there. I used to have one. And then the video on the cameras got so good, I didn't use it. But now I see I need one. So that's on my Christmas list. I'll get that. I'll get to it. So, no judgment, though. That's what I am like. No judgment. No judgment with anyone. Listen, I always say, look in your own backyard. But yeah, so Keith wanted to be here for all the adventures, and so we were going to hold off. But now that Keith is staying here, we have something planned. Hopefully that'll be next week. So we plan on doing an adventure every week. And the last one that I have planned is like beyond your even wildest imagine. So hopefully I'll get that to work out. John doesn't want to go. John's scared. So that's how out there it is, but Keith's up for it. Merry Christmas, Bobby and Paul and Black Sheep. Do you play any musical instruments? Well, you know what? I should take out. Well, I got the ukulele here, and I need to show you around this place. Did I show you? This place could be a gold mine if she was. So there's a pavilion next to me. It has a huge grill and everything. There's a big stage over there. There used to be parties here. But Billy's 83. She runs it. It's 84 acres. And she's just kind of gotten curmudgeon-y. So, and people have wanted to buy it, but she's way overpriced it because I know she doesn't want to sell it. I think it's hard for her to let go of it. Thanks, Evangeline. Hi from Minnesota, Bob. Bob, I heard Minnesota's not very fun. Yep, tomorrow is Jesus' birthday. Love, Lonnie in Boiling Spring Lakes, North Carolina. Happy birthday, Jesus. Pro Naked Bowling Championships. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I am quite the bowler. I would have wanted, I used to watch, do you remember back in the day on Channel 2, they had, or Channel 4 or 5, they had bowling every weekend, and I used to just sit and watch bowling. I mean, I was intrigued. I love bowling. Oh, can you play any Christmas songs on the ukulele? I haven't, but you know what? Maybe that's a project for tonight. Maybe that's what I'll do. Because it doesn't, well, it depends. I haven't played the ukulele in a while. Before I was getting familiar with the chords. So I'll see if I can come up with a simple one. And tomorrow I have nothing planned. Maybe I'll take it to the stage over. I mean, this is a huge stage. I'm telling you, it's like this big stage with even a cover over it. And maybe I'll take the ukulele over there and get on the stage and play you guys a Christmas song. How's that? Yeah, so that's it. It's all good. Everybody's good. And just trying to, does it feel like Christmas to you guys? I don't know. It seems like ever since everything that's happened, like I told you, even my sister isn't having Christmas anymore. I haven't seen the nieces and nephews in a long time. And it's just kind of sad, actually. So we're not sad. We're just gonna, what can you do? It's life. And so you just got to kind of roll with everything. And I wanted to make sure I came on here. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to because I was dealing with all this, but there's nothing I can really do till after Christmas is over anyway. Yeah, they should have a music festival. That's what we said. We need, we could like make this place a big deal and bring it back to life. But I don't know why she doesn't want to make money here. But I don't know. I would love, especially for the people. Listen, I had never tried this before, and I told you um, last time I was here, I was only coming for 2 days. Again, I thought, ooh, what a cool video. It's only 45 minutes from where I was when I had my eye surgery. So it's like, that'd be a good video. I've never been, hey, let's try it. And I came here and I was here for 2 days, made friends with Keith and John, and they were so great. So I stayed for 4 days, but then I had to get on the road because I had to get to Virginia to see my friend. And we kept in touch, and I came back. And like I said, this is a perfect place because when I came, if you don't know, I mean, I've learned that like clothes optional places are like a really popular thing. Who knew? Did anybody else know? Does anybody else have ever been to? Let me know. Or maybe you don't want to say. I mean, really, you're naked, you're not naked. I don't care. As long as you're nice, that's all I care about. So, so they're really popular, and a lot of them have nightlife and things to do, and that's I think what this used to be like really happening. And so a lot of people go to them, but it is kind of nice because it's only us here, so it's really quiet, so we get to like just enjoy the whole place, 84 acres to ourselves. So I don't know if I want people to come, but it would be fun to have a party. Should I have a meetup here before I leave? Anybody want to come to a meetup in Georgia at a clothes optional? Huh? Anybody? Anybody want to try it? I won't tell. I won't tell your family. It's so funny because I tell Joy now. It's like, oh, that sounds like fun. It's funny when you don't make a big deal out of things, nobody else makes a big deal out of things. And I know some people are really shy, like I said, but at 57, I'm like, who cares? What does feeling like Christmas actually mean? Who gets to define that? How much of that has been dictated to us? Yep. Yeah. And that's the thing. We all, Christmas is the thing Christmas is, You're celebrating Jesus's. I've been a single mom since Jesse was 1. And every single year, oh, shoot. Did I lose connection? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I think I lost connection. So since Jessie was 1, so she's 21 now, we would celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. And I'm on my way to Arizona then, maybe. But yeah, if anybody wants a meetup before I leave, I'll plan a meetup here. And if anybody wants to come, I was thinking that before. So it'll be at the end of my trip here. So I'll put that out there. It'll be a bon voyage. So I was a single mom, and we celebrated Christmas Eve, and her dad celebrated Christmas Day with their family. And so, Christmas Eve we'd be with my family, and then we'd get up at 5 in the morning, and I'd take her to her dad's because they all got it early, to open the presents. Does Hugo clothes? Yeah, Billy doesn't go clothing optional. I don't know if I'd want to see it, but anyway, so, and then the next morning, so I would bring Jesse, and I'm the type, I don't like to have Christmas stuff up after Christmas because it just is so much work. So I'd be by myself. So I'd come back and make breakfast, and then I'd probably have a drink at noon, play music, dance around, take down all the Christmas stuff, maybe take a nap, and I kind of felt like it was just a day for me to just have that time and just do whatever I wanted to do. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about, like I said, I know people think I feel lonely, but I never feel lonely. If anything, I need more time to myself. And I know you wouldn't believe it, but I'm actually an introvert. I love to be around people, but then I feel like I expend my energy, and then I need to be alone and gather it up again. So that's kind of how I do it. Arizona misses you. Well, right now it's Arizona. Yeah. So some people celebrate Christmas Eve and some people celebrate Christmas Day. And I know if you come from like, a divorced family or something like that, that's a hard part for the kids. That's what I always, was sad about for Jessie, that she's never known like a true, like, I don't want to say not a true family Christmas, but, one with me and her dad and all the kids. So, but what do? You make the best of what you can, right? You just roll with it. Rolling. Um, yeah. Always been Christmas Eve. Yeah, it's so weird that people have different days. Yeah, I'm like you. Yeah. I love being around people, but I also need my alone time on the daily basis. Yeah. Last night, so it's cold here, but I just want to be outside the van for a while because I'll sit back and do work and stuff, and I'm working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And that's what this is. It's like this is my time to really focus and be quiet and really work on like what I'm going to do from here on out, as far as making money. And I cannot go back to a 9 to 5. And I really don't want to go back to Walgreens. But so that's what I'm planning is more for like my future. But I was out under the pavilion on my laptop, and Billy drives this golf cart around. Whenever you're out, she comes around, and I'm like, don't come here. And so I'm trying to hide behind my laptop, and sure enough, she comes over. And she's actually acting very kind, but you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like you're going to do something wrong and something's going to happen. And you pay to stay here, so it's kind of weird. But, if you know what you're dealing with, my extended family picks a day in January to avoid, and that's smart. I've known people that do after the Christmas. Yeah. Not a crowd person. Yeah. Oh, a big potluck. Sounds fun. So we're going to start a cooking show. So what did he say? Nutritious meals in small places. So Keith has a trailer over there, but he has like a nice kitchen, and Keith loves to cook. And what was he going to make? He's going to make curry in a hurry. And I now have a thing that like follows you, so I can put the phone on and start taping. So instead of like having it in one place, it follows you where you go. And so Keith and I are going to start a cooking show, and I'm going to put it on this channel, and then his own. He's asking for help starting his own cooking show. And so I know you guys have asked me to cook, but I'm more of a PB&J kind of gal. So maybe Keith can teach me a couple things, and we can teach you, and he's really into it. So I'll ask him if we can do the curry in a hurry next week. Yeah, heck yeah, with the 9 to 5. We're just talking about that. And, like somebody was saying that, like how we've been like, taught to do things our whole life. Like that's how it's supposed to be. But nothing is really it doesn't have to be how it's supposed to be. Does that make sense? And it's funny, a lot of YouTubers, people say, oh, it's not a real job. And not just YouTubers, but even, as a makeup artist or stuff like that, and I'm more creative. And that's what, like, I could sit for hours, even with the painting now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I'd really like it. And I find myself lost in doing it. And but it's hard. It's hard to make a living being a creative. It's that's beauty in the world, and we need more of that. And so just trying to uncondition ourselves from having to work the 9 to 5. I was just telling Keith a story today about how I'd worked at a law firm, and there was this girl, and she had worked there, Donna, for over 35 years. It was only the second law firm job that she had, and she was in her early 20s when she started. And so she was like 60. She was right around retirement age, and they had started changing everything, and they wanted her to like do a different type of law. Listen, once you do a certain type, like it like the back of your hand, like any kind of computer stuff that you need to do, and they wanted to change all that. Well, it's hard when you get older and you know your stuff. You don't want to change, and they fired her. And so she was just about to retire and get all of her stuff, and she said, "Tracy, who's going to hire me?" At, I think she was like 62 or 63. And that's what happened. She had a condo. She lost her condo because she couldn't find another job. She had to move in with her mom. And so I think that there's so many other ways out there to make money. We know now that, like, if you're loyal to a company, it's not like they're that loyal back to you anymore like it used to be. I'm happy alone on Christmas. I'm going out to photograph now. Oh, nice. Then I'll make dinner, enjoy it, and I watch Christmas movie. That's so nice. I hope that you guys, I know some people, like, they're missing, maybe somebody who's passed away, or, my whole family has kind of disbanded, but there's still joy that you can find, and you just have to look for it. I mean, we can't get stuck in that. And, it's still a joyful time. Like, even for, like I said, even knowing that I'm here, even though the van's like that, I have these great people that, I'm spending time with. So, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for that. Any little thing you can find to be grateful for, I hope that you do. And listen, I'm not getting any presents or anything. And remember, it's not about, it should be all year round. The giving, the wanting people to be kind to them. In a bed, the waterside, I will lay my head, listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. Oh, that's beautiful. American business philosophy views employees as an expense and a swapping commodity, not investment. And that's it too. There was a girl at the last law firm that I worked at, and she wanted to start this paralegal program so that when paralegals came in, because, all law firms work differently, like how they use their paralegals and stuff like that, and, how different attorneys work and stuff. And so she didn't want any extra money. She just wanted to start this program, to help them out. No extra money. And she just wanted like a title, like, I don't know, like training paralegal or senior paralegal or something, silly. And they said no. They said no. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I just want you to know, whatever you think society is telling you to be, or that you should feel lonely or something because you don't, have anywhere to go at Christmas. A lot of us don't, and especially after COVID. And like I said, if I told you, like, what's happening in my family and stuff like that, and like I said, that's not my story to tell, because Joy watches these, and, it's personal, but there's stuff going on. There's always stuff going on in people's life. I share a lot. Because I don't care. I share about myself, I don't care. I'm an open book. But for other people, and so just know it's a tough time, and it's mostly tough for Joy. And that's who, is who I feel bad for. And then it always brings up, like I said, my sister died. She was in hospice at this time. So it always brings up, I'm sure, memories for Joy and stuff. Yeah. So just know that everybody's dealing with something. And even on YouTube, like I said, I get messages, and it's stuff that people should not be, every single. Some of the people just suck the energy right out of me. I know you're the nice ones, but if you're the ones like, I don't know, writing me about politics and stuff like that, don't waste your time. Just not going to answer. But anyway, so let's get back to happy Christmas. Happy Christmas stuff. Just know presents aren't, it's funny. I have a hard time receiving gifts. Just like I'm sure a lot of us, we love to give gifts, but receiving them sometimes can be really hard. And the gifts so I gave them 2 of my fanny packs. So I still have one left. I have not seen many, and I don't want to say I don't see many homeless people or people that needed it, but I think that's where I was driving this time. I wasn't driving in as populated areas. So I still had all 3 fanny packs, and I've been dealing with the van stuff. And so I gave them fanny packs, and I'm sure they loved them. I'm sure it's the best Christmas gifts they said, I'm bringing the fanny pack back. You'll all be wearing them too. I hope you get a fanny pack for Christmas. That's what I hope. Because you'll be cool like me. Solo on holidays and birthdays, etc. for many years now. I've learned to create little traditions for myself. And I think that's it. You just have to, do something for you. And, the world's changing so much. And I think that that's it. When you find the good people, hang on to them. Sometimes you have to let people go to let the good people in. Does that make sense? And give your energy to the good people. That's my thing for 2023, is that I'm just going to be a straight shooter now and just have to tell people how I'm feeling. And I think van life has given me the confidence over the years to just really find myself and be able to do that. Joe Rogan is a big fanny pack person. See? It's cool to have a fanny pack. Yeah, the country's so messed up putting money. And believe me, there's nothing political about this. I will never be political. So please don't, if people write political comments, I always delete them, like talking about the vaccine and everything. Because you can have your own opinion. I am fine, I believe, basics. Hopefully I can, there we go. It says my connection's unstable, so I keep trying to move it closer to the Starlink over there. Last year we didn't get, I even have a hotspot and it wouldn't work here. So I'm lucky that it works here. Tracy, I've actually booted a couple of people out of my life in the last couple of years. Soul suckers. Yep. So I was thinking, okay, so I'm working on all this stuff, and it's going to be like through my website, some of the stuff. But I was thinking about maybe having, and it would be free to begin with. Maybe I'd get like 10 people to do like a group coaching thing, like to help all of us have support and build more confidence and, help people that I would do like a test run. I'm still trying to figure out like Squarespace, because it's like the membership part. I mean, that's when I'm working, when I do work too. But on top of that, besides making 3 YouTube videos a week, I'm researching all that stuff and figuring out how that'll work and how I can best keep helping people to share that. Because I think that, I never expected this, but it seems to be helping. And if I can help anybody feel better about themselves or their situations, or, and then if we do help each other. So I'm working on that. So I'll put that out there when I get there. Did you figure out what's wrong with the van? Nope. Still won't. I mean, it starts. No, it had to get jumped this morning. But once it starts, it stays started. But once I start driving, it stops. Same thing that happened in Moriarty. So we'll figure it out, though. Yeah, maybe a Zoom. And that's it. I would have to keep it small. And I'm thinking it would have to be Skype, because I was looking at Zoom. And Zoom, you can only be on there for 40 minutes. I mean, which would be fine. Actually, that's probably a good amount of time for group coaching. But I don't know if anybody uses Skype anymore. But Skype, I don't think, has those conditions. And so, again, I was researching that yesterday. So just know there's never like a downtime for me. I'm always working on something that's working towards my future. Hopefully that makes sense. He's the most miserable multimillionaire I've ever met. Yeah. Well, and I told you, and again, I'm not going to share a lot because it's not, but Jesse's dad is very, very wealthy. I didn't see any of that. We weren't married. And I just wanted to leave. I left before she was 1. And he doesn't help with college. He bought all of his other kids a car for their 16th birthday through his business, but wouldn't buy her one. And so I did. And now she's got my car. She's on her 3rd car. I bought her 2 other cars, and now I gave her mine. So, but you do whatever you need to do for your kids. And he's just trying to hurt me through her still 20 years later. So, did you say you had to jump it? Yeah, I had to jump it to start it. And then once it starts, like I let it run. And then I tried to go. I thought I could drive. And that's what happened in Moriarty. I got it jumped. It started and then it won't. So they think something's a sensor or it's not getting, there's a hole in the fuel vacuum or something. The highly sensitive person. Yeah. You know, I used to be sensitive, but I tell you, after being on YouTube, and if you've been with me for a long time, do you remember how I used to like get so upset when people would leave bad comments? And I've turned it around now. Again, just like everything, like where the first year I internalized everything, like if somebody was behind me and I was going too slow. But this year, and the magic was, it's that it's all in me. Like, okay, I have control of this vehicle. I can only do what I can do in this vehicle. So I'm just going to have to trust that you'll go around me or you'll do whatever. And, it's the same thing about comments now. People who make, mean comments, and I don't get them that often, but, sometimes it's like really, they used to like hurt me. And now I put it on them. Like, you don't know me. You must just be miserable. And I feel sorry for you, really, because I'm a happy person. I like to look on the bright side. So it's what makes you feel better is leaving mean comments. Then I'm sorry for you, but it won't affect me and ruin my day. Because I used to let it kind of, just keep eating at me. So everything for me now is what I can control. It all is here. And it has to do with your joy and your whole life, that you take accountability for you and everybody else has to take accountability for themselves. And, let's see. Sorry, I've been talking, so I've been missing some. I've been learning how to do just that lately. Yeah, just really, it is. When I say the magic is in you, and like I said, I don't know if it's like, I have this newfound self-confidence, and like I can drive cross country by myself and figure it out, and that's given me confidence in every other part of my life. So I hope that if that's what you need, that's what you start working on, and to know you're only in control of yourself. What other people do, and a lot of times they're doing it. Okay, I told the story before, but I'll tell it again because that was like my turning point, is when my sister said, Tracy, why don't you get a real job like the rest of us? And I had like 5 jobs. And I was working for Suzanne Summers, and I wrote a book, and, and that's all she could come up with. But again, I realized it made her feel that way because she could never do that because she's so structured. So she wasn't saying it to make me feel bad. She was saying it because it was her reaction that she could never do that. And so just know it's not outside of you, it's in them. So I hope you know that and don't take that on yourself. And I'm learning that. And actually YouTube, like I said, it's making me more and more confident in practicing that. That's it. Because it takes a lot of practice. It doesn't just come naturally. It takes a lot of practice. So thanks, Tom. It's about people who are creative, empathic, and smart. I've got lots of jobs. And that's, well, it started with me too, because I was a single mom, and I told you the lawyers sexually harassed me. And I had to work my schedule around Jessie, because sometimes she, I had her in sports and they're like, oh, it's a traveling softball team. You got to be there by 4:30. And I'm like, well, who doesn't work? Like, I'm a single mom. And so then I contracted. So I'm like, listen, on Tuesday, I have to leave at 3 because I got to pick Jessie up. So I was in control. Again, it brought it back because I had a this law firm that I worked at, I had a very, what do you call it? Micromanaging. I could tell you stories. It would chap your ass because she just wanted to control people. And it's just so sad. Again, I felt sorry for her. I'm like, you must not have any friends. Yeah. Your van has a Dodge engine in it. Yep, it's on a Dodge chassis. It's a 3500. You can turn the key on and off 3 times and count the flashing on the check engine light. Don't worry about 12 or 55, the flashing. Okay. I don't travel without my scanner. It tells you everything about your engine. I bought one. You guys told me to, and I wanted to buy one a long time ago because otherwise you have to drive to like AutoZone or, the diagnostic thing. So I got one today. So now I have a scanner and I'm learning. We check the transmission fluid. I know how to check that. Look, I know how to change the filter in the doghouse. I know how to check my oil. So I'm learning a lot as I go. I'm learning a lot more about Charlene. And listen, by the time this is over, she'll have all new parts. It'll be good. It'll be great. Next thing, I need to get a new generator, and then I'll be all set. You're doing what a lot of people wish they could do. And here's the thing too, I didn't think I could do it either. It was in the exact same place. Like, how could I ever make this happen? I mean, it wasn't like I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make this happen and go do it. It did not like happen in a week or a month or even a year. But the thing is too, sometimes you have to jump off that cliff because there's no reward unless you take that chance. Like I said, this could have been it's new. I could just go back if it didn't turn out and sell the van and then just, go get another place or something and go back to where I was. No harm, no foul. But, I think to myself, had I let that fear stop me, I wouldn't be here talking to all of you and be living. I mean, sometimes I have to pinch myself. I wake up back there with Chuck. I'm like, Chuck, can you believe what our life is like? He doesn't answer me, but I'm sure he's like, yep. No, I can't believe it either. I've seen the country out this back window. So, nope, it's not the alternator. Yeah. It's nothing electrical like that. So I just wanted to come on and wear something tropical that was 50 cents and just check in with you guys and know that I'm alone.